Okay, Ian, welcome to part 2 of your introduction videos. So now we're going to see how we can get an equation involving an algebraic fraction that we can solve, so we can find out what the value of x is. Okay, so here's an equation. Now what you need to do when you get equations like these, you've got two questions that I'm going to go through with you. What you first of all need to do is just add the fractions first, and then you should see, hopefully it'll become a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to do the first one, so just simply write the question: x plus 4 over 2 plus x plus 1 over 5 equals 5. Now the first thing I want to do is try to add the fractions. Now if I do that, I need a common denominator, so I'm going to choose 10. So that's the lowest common denominator of 2 and 5, okay? Now that means I times 2 by 5, so it means I now need to times x plus 4 by 5. So I will use a bracket. Don't forget that. And then I times 5 by 2, so I need to times x plus 1 by 2. I will use a bracket. Okay? So now I'm able to bring the fractions together under one common denominator. So obviously you will just write underneath. I don't have space. So I will write 5 times x plus 4 plus 2 times x plus 1 all over 10 is equal to 5. Okay? Now I can expand and simplify the numerator. So I'm going to get 5x plus 20 plus 2x plus 2. That's what I get if I expand. Remember, 5 times x and 5 times 4, 2 times x and 2 times 1. And I'm dividing all of that by 10, and that's equal to 5. So I've expanded. Now I need to simplify. 7x plus 22 over 10 equals 5. Now, again, I'm running out of room, so I'm going to move to the right. Okay, you just write underneath. You see, this is a long solution. It takes a long time to do these questions. That's how it goes. Okay, you've just got to put the work in. Now, what I know here is I've now got not 2 fractions on the left-hand side, I've got 1 fraction on the left-hand side, which now means I can solve my equation. All I need to do is multiply both sides of my equation by 10. Okay, so I'm going to get 7x plus 22 equals 50. Okay, and now you've got a really, really nice equation that's very easy to solve. You know how to do these now. Take away 22 from both sides, and we get 7x equals 28. And now divide both sides by 7, and we get x is equal to 4. There's my answer. X must be equal to 4. You can even check that it makes sense. Let's put 4 into it. 4 plus 4 over 2 plus 4 plus 1 over 5 is equal to 8 over 2 plus 5 over 5 is equal to 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5. So it worked. Okay, we wanted all of that to equal 5. So I checked my answer, and I know I'm right. Okay. So that's question 1. Let's do question 2 just to practice a bit. Okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, right, so question 2. So again, let's write down the question. Always do that with any question. X plus 1 over 3 minus x minus 1 over 5 equals 1. So again, I can't do this when I've got 2 fractions on the left-hand side. So I'm going to bring them together. So I'm going to do one minus the other to make 1 fraction on the left-hand side. Okay, so I'm going to subtract those fractions. So I need a common denominator. I'm going to go with 15. Because that's the lowest common denominator of 3 and 5. So I'm going to do 5 lots of x plus 1 and 3 lots of x minus 1. and that's all equal to 1. Okay, now I'm going to bring together, I'm just going to move over to the right hand side, I'm going to bring them all together under one common denominator, all of that under 15, and that is equal to 1. So now expand and simplify the numerator. 5x plus 5 minus 3x plus 3, plus 3. Minus 3 times minus 1 is a plus. Don't get that wrong. Okay, and now simplify. I'm going to get 2x plus 8 over 15 equals 1. Now we're in a position to be able to solve the equation, because I've got one fraction on the left-hand side, no longer have two fractions on the left-hand side. So times by 15 on both sides. I get 2x plus 8 equals 15. Subtract 8 from both sides. 2x equals 7. And now divide by 2 on both sides. So x is equal to 7 over 2. Now nobody said that x had to be a nice number. It can be a fraction, okay? But you could just leave that as your answer. X is equal to 7 over 2. That's the right answer. Or if you really want, you can write that as a mixed number, 3.5. Whatever you like, okay? But nobody said x had to be a nice positive number, like 4 or 7 or 10. It could be a fraction, or it could be negative, okay? Who knows? It depends on the equation, okay? So here's some for you to practice, please. 4 questions for you to have a go at. See if you can find out the value of x. Okay, remember, some of them could be negative answers, some of them could be fractional answers, okay? You can just leave your answer as a fraction if need be. So stop your video and have a go. Okay guys, here are the answers. Okay, so that last one was nasty. You got a negative and fractional. Okay, if you disagree with any of those answers, or you don't know how I got them, then please come on the call and I will help you. Okay, so there we go. There's a bit of algebraic fractions. It's quite advanced, it's quite difficult, so let's get practicing.